Diary listeners, happy Tuesday and happy 2026. I never officially wished you guys a happy new year, which is not like me. Listeners, it has been a lot, to say the least. I really wanted to get back at the first of the year, but of course didn't. But I have a wonderful little, I guess, appetizer before we kick off more interviews and everything, and a great happening, which we thought would be really cool to share with everybody. So this is a time that I spent with my friend, Linette Ramos de Soto. She lives in Michigan, and before late November, actually Thanksgiving of this past year, 2025, I had never met her in person. We had only known each other through Clubhouse, and then we moved to other social spaces. Clubhouse still exists. That question arises during the course of this podcast, but from what I gathered online, it lost about 80% of its retention after the world opened up again. I don't think people could really sustain the numbers, and we were all so fiending for that kind of connection at that time. So it really popped off, and it was pretty cool, actually. But Linette was one of the people that I met along the way, and she has actually been a very potent influence in my journey with Christ and all of that. We pray for each other. We support each other. We cheerlead for each other. She's a fantastic human. She's multi-talented, multifaceted, and I don't think anything's going to change. This is going to be a 3-part podcast. I'm breaking this up because we went for a while. So I'm going to give you guys as much of it as possible, and you can really determine about what you want to listen to or not. If you want to listen to, us just have a conversation, that's really the mode here. We dip into a few things, but we pretty much share like the very cool way that we came together, and just, who we are as people, how we're different, how we're the same, relationship stuff. It's a whole mixed bag. But this first piece I am calling the Year of Samson, and you'll see why. Enjoy, listeners. Welcome to the Apprenticeship Diaries, where raw meets refined.
Let's be real, we're still working on refining.
What it took, what it takes, and the stories that are made.
Join us as we learn from professionals about how their stories began.
Does Greyhound rescue, very similar to that, and that's how it happens a lot. She said that she signed on for one at one point, and she ended up getting a pair because they were bonded, and she didn't know until she actually went to go pick the dog up. She found out that she was in fact picking up two, and the lady was like, "Oh, well, they're bonded," and she was like, "Well, that's nice and all, but like, could you maybe have told me that before I got over here?"
I know, right?
And
I was only prepared for one giraffe.
I know. And she, but she said that they were actually bonded, that she had them spayed separately, and the one wouldn't eat while the other one was out. And she said they were, in fact, and it was actually a great team. She was only in for 4, but because she had 2 prior dogs and, or 3 prior dogs, and she was hoping to add on. And, she said the 5, they just worked. She said it ended up working. So,
well, Lily has been really sad since almost died. I mean, she sleeps continuously. Mm-hmm. She wakes up around noon, goes outside, does her business, comes right back inside, and sleeps for the rest of the day. And so I knew I wanted to get her some type of companion because, Hardy's like half dead. She could care less about being anybody's friend. And so I brought him here, and then I thought today, let me bring him in on a muzzle just in case Lily gets snippy. He can't fight back, right?
Right.
She walks up to him, looked at him, He looked at her. They sniffed each other. We went outside, and as soon as he started running, she started running after him.
Oh,
And he was chasing her, and she was chasing him. And I was like, "Oh my god, they're friends!"
that's so cool.
He did a little bit too much sniffing, and then she's like, "Stop smelling my butt." Oh, so she beat him up that time, and then just now he came upstairs and was sniffing her again, and she's like, "Dude, we went through this already.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be your friend. I ain't trying to marry you.
Get off me."
Yeah, we ain't doing all that. And so he went downstairs with Ramon. Ramon's
Well,
not happy. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
already, he just got a barn cat he didn't know he had.
I know. You were telling me about that. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason why we're meeting up, right? Like, it's the friend situation, sometimes
you just need that friend.
And they come in weird ways.
I haven't made friends with the barn cat yet. He ain't trying to be my friend. I don't even know if it's a female or a male. I just know I chased it today to get a picture of it, and he kept looking at me with these dagger eyes, like, "Get closer, I'm gonna take your eyes out."
Right? Well, barn cats are really necessary. They're really necessary. They're good to have, you know?
He's eating a few chickens, or it's eating a few chickens.
Oh, really?
My thing isn't the chickens. My problem is, you got a snotty attitude with me, but you're the squatter.
Yeah. Like, this is not.
And I haven't let the dog kill you yet. You should be a little more grateful.
The cats don't have friends or companions. They have servants. So
I guess that one truly does. He's like,
that's their attitude.
Get off my house. like literally.
You're the one. You're the freeloader here. That's hilarious.
Yeah, look at his face. Like, I squatted. You're late. Get out. I got your first.
Dude, that is hilarious. I love it.
We'll see. We'll see how that relationship evolves.
Well, I think that's really great. What a cool day to catch you on. Like, it's kind of neat. It time stamps it. The Samson date.
Oh yeah, and my mom's birthday's today.
Oh, well, happy birthday to her.
Oh, I'll let her know.
That's awesome. And I got to meet her, so that's cool. I know
she liked you.
She's lovely. Moms matter to me greatly. Maybe she just got that vibe. I don't know. I have a lot of respect for moms.
On a good note, well, she liked you. You're already winning.
Yeah, I love moms. They're great. And I don't want, within the tattoo world, I've always said to people, I'm like, invite your mom. And they're like, oh my God, my mom doesn't like tattoos. I'm like, your mom probably doesn't like the idea of tattoos in a big way. And she might have a whole like thought process about what it is that it's not. And I was like, invite her, like most of the time they just hate the fact that you're doing something without them that they can't, look out for you with.
Yeah, no, it depends. Cause
yeah, totally.
My middle kid got a tattoo and it was, I don't know. But first of all,
tell me.
the tattoo was just stupid. Like, you already, so all her life.
Linette, how much of this am I going to have to cut out?
No, probably none of it, but I told her myself. So first she goes and gets a tattoo, period, right? Without mentioning it, no question, no opinions, no nothing. She spends her whole life going on this trip of our culture, we don't have culture, we're just human beings, blah, blah, blah. You've spent all our lives cramming our culture down our throat, yada, yada, yada. But then she goes to Puerto Rico and has the whole port, the entire port of San Juan tattooed onto her arm. It's like, okay, first of all, you didn't want to be a Rican. And second of all, why didn't you just get a t-shirt like everybody else?
Right. You had to get a tattoo?
Everybody else gets a t-shirt. Or a flag that they hang on their windshield. Girl. The flag was $7. Just get the flag.
Get the flag.
And then when you don't want to be a Puerto Rican, you just take it down.
That's right.
Hello. Like, it was just so pointless to me. It's like, if you're going to get a tattoo, at least get something that makes some sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your husband's name or something stupid like that.
I know. Something other than this thing that you've been like very dogged about not being a thing.
Exactly. And then you make it a thing.
I know, man. I mean, I have to say,
she could have totally did that just to, get on my nerves.
I do think it was pointed and kind of a shaft to you a bit.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Sadly.
Hopefully now that, she's so much about me being so extra Christian, maybe she'll go get a Bible verse tattooed on her face or something.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't know. I hope, I pray that if she does mark her body in the future, it is for her and very, very meaningful if she does it at all. Because, doing things for that reason is not good. I remember once when I first started tattooing and I had to I worked for a guy and he was pretty insistent that I do whatever walk through the door, which has its good or bad kind of things. But this one guy walked in, he was freshly 18 and he had picked an ankh off the wall. So it's a cross with the loop on the top and it's Egyptian. And I I didn't ask a lot of questions. It was not that kind of shop where you like interrogate people as to why. So it was very straight up, very easy, named the price, tattooed it, paid it, fine. We get a call later from his mother. And my boss, who of course is the enforcer of like all our rules here, he passes the buck to me and he's like, "You have a phone call." And I was like, "What?" So I get on the phone with this mom and she's like, "I am really upset right now. My son just came from there getting a tattoo and I don't know what the heck this is. Please, for the love of God, don't let it be anti-Christian." And I was like, "What?" She goes, he doesn't know what it is. And I was like, "He doesn't know what it is?" And she goes, "No, he just wanted to get tattooed. And he said he thought it looked cool." And I was like, "Oh dear God." I was like, "Okay, ma'am."
Like those people that get those tattoos with like Chinese writing, but they have no idea what it says.
Yes. And I said, "Well, ma'am, it's not Christian." I was like, "It's not, I mean, it's Egyptian. It's not a bad symbol in Egyptian, culture. It represents life and the male and female." And she was like, "Oh, Jesus." And this was in Kentucky, Linette.
Oh,
like the buckle of the Bible Belt, like Southern Baptist, like hardcore. And I'm like
snakes kind of people.
I'm like super secular. Like I'm just there for a good time. I smile and nod and wave, and like cool, whatever.
Like
I'm not
fingers on Madagascar.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, and I'm lovely. I respect people's affinities and faiths, but
he pointed at the picture. He paid the bill. I did my job.
Yep. And she couldn't be mad at me after that. Like I said to her,
"You should have went with him."
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the whole thing blew my mind that somebody could literally get a tattoo that they had no knowledge of whatsoever and not even think to ask, like, does this mean anything or any of it? And he just wanted a tattoo. And I guess it resembled a cross enough.
The dumbest thing. Oh my goodness.
It probably resembled a cross enough that he thought, "Oh, that's got to be Christian." And then got it, thinking it was a safe zone. And his mom was like, "No."
But you know what? That's kind of proof positive, though, in a certain way, right? Some kids are raised super, super Baptist, or so their parents think, right? They're just obligating them to go to their church, but they have no relationship with God. They're just there every Sunday because their parents make them. So when they become adults, they're like free, but they have no idea what they've lived their whole lives. They're just like, "I went to church."
Yep. Yeah, and it's this weird. It's this weird rebellion.
So and so.
Yeah, and it's this weird rebellion that like skirts the line. It was a very typical first tattoo once I finally like kind of understood the whole thing, because invariably it's always about faith or it's always about family. Either a family member who's passed or a family member who is really important, or you want to have some reverence for a family member because you don't want your mom to be mad.
If I get a tattoo ever, which probably will never ever happen because I think they're anti-biblical, but if I ever was to get one, it would probably say "plays with goats."
Oh, I love that. I love that.
It would say "plays with goats" with a happy face of pigs.
Because if you're gonna do it,
right, with a smiling pig next to it,
you might as well.
It'll confuse the heck out of everybody. But like, so do you play with goats, or does the pig play with goats,
Right.
or does
Like,
the pig represent you? Be
you're
like,
like, I just wanted a conversation
I'll
starter.
leave you guessing. Choose whatever you want.
I have a girlfriend that has some of the most epic tattoos that are just playful and fun. You know, she's a private person. You'd have to know her, but like her tattoos are kind of fire starters and conversation starters. Like they're fun and they draw you in. She's got Jewlicious across her back with a menorah and dreidels on either side, like a tramp stamp.
I gotta ask, is she Jewish?
Yeah, she's very Jewish,
Okay.
and she's got a Star of David tambourine on her thigh. You know, like where you hit the tambourine.
Yeah.
She's got playground legend facing her, because when she's upside down on monkey bars, she wants to read it. She's priceless, man. I really love Rachel. I've been trying to get her on the show for a while just to like, you know, rap about tattoos from her perspective. She was getting tattoos long before I tattooed and long before I was even getting tattooed. So she's OG. She hit it when it meant something to get tattooed, and especially as a woman. So she's a fun, and she's also into psychology. She's a therapist. So she knows how to like, she sees all the generations. She knows how to speak about a lot of that stuff.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Practicing my face, because when you come, you had to bring your kit and tattoo my face all over Ramon's ass.
I know, right? I know.
Because I think he's planning to leave me. So before that happens, you know, gotta brand that sucker.
Yeah, we gotta put you on him.
Put my face on there and and then under that, you know, and then right next to it, put plays with squirrels.
I love that. Nah,
And
he'll
try
never
to
leave.
make it, and I'm gonna see how he's gonna explain that one to the next one. Who the heck is that? Oh, that's plays with goats.
That's plays with goats. What?
Who the heck is that? This girl I used to know?
Mm-hmm. Past life.
Did she die? Not yet.
I don't know, man. He seemed pretty in love and dedicated to you.
You think so?
Yes.
You can see that? Really? Awesome.
Yes.
I didn't think I had tweeted that yet, but cool.
Yeah, he has I don't know. It's obviously very subtle, but that's his way. But I could just tell that he cared about everything. You know, he cared about, he opened the door for me, let me through, introduced me to your family, and, like he values what you value.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. He didn't have to be lovely, but he was.
I mean, he does, because, all these days in the cold, bitter cold that Michigan has been dishing out this week, he against his better judgment, because, electricity is delicate, says the electrical engineer. And so I made him put a heat lamp in every single coop. So he's doing the math and stuff. How many watts can I use on this plug? How many watts on that plug?
Well, that's great.
He sat out there in the cold and kind of distributed all the electricity to all the different huts so that everybody had an electric lamp and was heated for the cold. Because he knows if he doesn't, I'm going to be in bed all night going, that poor bird is probably dying right now in the cold.
Yeah.
Can you go check on it? Can you bring it inside? So he probably figured, it's much easier for me to figure out the math, put all the lamps up, and she'll go to sleep and shut up, than me being out there 3 a.m. bringing in a half-dead chicken because she can't take it.
Well, and I'm sure he has a heart about it too. Yeah, I'm sure he's like, and also that's man stuff, right? Like you needed him. Like who else could do that? And, do it so mindfully for you and be of that level of service to the whole thing. I think that's where men find their way. They love knowing that they're of service.
I mean, right now he just left. Go get the dog his new doggy bed, even though he's happy that the dog is here, but gotta get the dog bed. Or guess who's sleeping in the family room?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Not the dog.
Not the dog.
The dog will be in here with me, trying to get acclimated to his new house.
Aw. I'm sure he loves it. I'm sure he loves it.
He tries, but he has that thing, right? Every guy does. I don't know if it's every guy, but my guy does that, right? Whatever I absolutely love, he has to have this look on his face about it, right? Because he can't possibly agree with me. That's not normal. That's against the current.
Yeah.
So I did a few things after I got back, right? One, I jumped on the Melaleuca train, right? Because I can't get past the stupid laundry detergent. And my body came today. Oh my God.
Really?
God. I lost it. I've been washing walls and everything. My house smells so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to wash the dog with the laundry detergent. I'm not lying. But the minute I mentioned it to him, he's like, yay, another membership. And I was like, just cancel your Sam's Club membership.
Yeah.
And he's like, where are we going to get our chicken? Melaleuca. Because he loves their big chicken, the rotisserie chicken.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Like, if we're going to go there, possibly.
Yeah.
And then, so that was one thing he was blah about. Then I went online and I bought a new cabinet for the bathroom because being in that house made me feel so inadequately unorganized. Like I came home and my house looked like a wreck.
Oh,
Linette.
So
cluttered. It wasn't, but it looked cluttered. It looked like chaotic compared to that house, right?
Oh,
and I gotta get organized. So
you're hilarious.
I pulled all the ideas from over there and I brought them over here, right? So I get this cute bathroom cabinet. It gets here yesterday. I was like, can you put this cabinet together? And he's like, another cabinet because we don't have enough. I'm like, can't you just put the cabinet together and not have a commentary?
No.
You're not like a sports commentator. Just put it together. That's it.
No.
And if you have to have a comment to put it together, then don't put it together. Just walk away.
But I think it's all men. It's not just yours. It's all men.
Number two. Then I'm putting together the second Christmas tree. Trying to put all the lights on it. Plug them in. Only half of them work. I say, Ramon, can you fix the lights on the tree? Why do you need two trees? Why are you asking?
Just fix it.
Exactly. Did I ask you for an opinion on the second tree? I don't think so. I asked you to fix the lights. You don't want to fix them? Just say no. I'll rip them out and go and make you go buy some new ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to save you $12.
Yeah.
Can you be grateful enough for that? But no, there always has to be an opinion, right? All the time an opinion. And I say, dude, can you just
Yep.
zip it?
No. I know. I was just talking about this with a girlfriend the other day. We were discussing this very phenomenon. She's been married for a long time. I'm newly married, but it doesn't matter. There's always that pushback. And I listened to a lot of commentary and stuff like that, but one of the things that I heard lately was between a more senior guy in his 50s, not he's not old, but he's wise and been around the block a few times, talking to a younger man, and the younger guy was like, I just don't think that women really today show a lot of appreciation to guys, and they don't give us enough like respect when we get home or appreciation. And the older guy was like, whoa. He's like, that's not why you have a wife. He's like, that's how you get megalomania. He's like,
what?
Huh?
That's how you get what?
Megalomaniacs. And people who are just egomaniacal assholes. He's like, your wife is meant to challenge you. The woman in your life is meant to be somebody you just will never understand. And he's like, women bring such an amazing beauty into your life that challenges you in such a good way. He's like, that's what your wife is there for. And he's like, and once you find the person, because this kid didn't, he wasn't dating or anything. And he's, to be fair, he's stuck in this world right now where, it's fettered for young men, and it's hard. And there is a lot of female, force out there and whatnot. But the older guy was like, listen, as far as these roles and all this stuff, he's like, yeah, you have an idea of them beforehand, but when you marry somebody and it's the right person, it just all works. Like it just works, like you don't, like, I'm not going to say you don't get into it or anything, but like people fall into their roles, and it isn't like you do this and I do this because I'm a guy and you're a girl. It's just people do, they do what they do because they're a team and they do it together. And but your wife is not supposed to be the person who strokes your ego and makes you feel the best in the world and does all these things that you want to do. And he's like, no, your wife is supposed to be what you come home to and you're grounded by, and that you're challenged in the best way. And it's probably the only person you can actually hear those things from. Because
I don't think Ramon will put up with anybody else saying the kinds of things that I say to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see that he loves you very much.
Well, I'm glad you see that, because sometimes I'd be wondering.
Yeah. No, you bring a lot of beauty into his life that he probably on his own wouldn't even think to have, and maybe he resents the little minutia of it. But by the end of it, I think when it's all said and done, he's probably like, wow, look at what we did together. Look what this created that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't had this person in my life that's so, beautiful and energetic and has all these different amazing things that, I wouldn't have if I didn't.
You probably wouldn't use that exact verbiage.
No, but
it'd be more to the tune of, wow, look at all I have, but I wouldn't have it if my wife wasn't so mental.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to put the little dig in there.
I will tell you though, I think he likes the mental.
Yeah, no, he does.
He likes that I'm a little foggy, because sometimes it makes him more, smarter than me.
Yeah.
And that gives him that boost of, she couldn't, screw in a light bulb without me.
Yeah. No.
But technically he can't screw in a light bulb either. So you know what I'm saying?
Totally. This morning was a hot take with me and Rico. I swear. I mean, you guys are very similar. It's like a sitcom.
I think, could you imagine all four of us in the same house?
Dude.
Ramon,
one day.
I can picture it, right? Ramon and Rico would be sitting out back, just staring at the woods.
Yes.
And just sitting there, not talking, not doing nothing. While we're like chasing a goat in the backyard, while the dogs are chasing us, and everybody's laughing. And they're just watching us, thinking, probably both of them thinking, should we shoot him now?
I'm telling you, man. They would get along really well, I think. Very, very well. Rico, I don't know. Rico has a lot of crazy things about him too. But like this morning, he does this thing. I don't know what it is. But like he has this ritual. It's very chivalrous, but he likes to see me out the door and give me kisses and say goodbye, which is really great.
Ew,
yeah, we mentioned this when we saw each other about the whole holding hand things.
I tried to break him from that. It's been 20 years and the dude just doesn't quit.
No. And Rico either. And he's very like, he'll like check his watch on my time. And it infuriates me, Linette, because it's not like I don't understand what I'm doing, but I have other things going on too. And I have other friends. I was talking to you. I was also having a conversation with a friend on Messenger, and I'm getting ready. I'm putting on my makeup and I see the clock. I know what my agenda is for the day. I know how to get myself out the door, but he like lingers and hovers, and he can see that I'm on my phone, and it's like, he like just throws in this random like thing about something that isn't even happening. It was talking about a friend that was from the other night. So I'm like, I get upset because I have to then break my concentration between all the different things I'm doing to entertain him. And then when I start engaging it, he's like, oh, I don't like what she's saying now. Like, I don't like, I don't know, like where this turn. And I reminded him and I was like, listen, dude, I was in my own world. I was doing my thing. You're the one who threw in this curveball into my morning and made me talk about this whole other thing. And now you're getting it. Now you're going to hear it. And I was like, I'm not like, I don't appreciate when you do that. I don't. I said, because I got a lot of things going on. I don't need a manager. And then he goes, I am the manager.
He's the what?
The manager. I am the manager. And he's like, it's squirrel brain, babe. And I was like, well, stop it. Like, get it together, man. Like, stop it. I was like, because it drives me insane. And I said, look, I'm probably perimenopausal. My leg isn't working. I think I'm going to have my period soon. There was a full moon the other day. Shit's about to get real for you. Like, stop it. Like, don't.
You're lucky I haven't hit you in the face yet.
Like, this is not good. Don't stop.
Now that you mentioned perimenopausal, I'm gonna find this chick that I just heard actually just yesterday. She has a whole comedy skit on perimenopause.
It might be the girl that I kept sending to a whole bunch of people, where she was like, I'm in perimenopause. Don't worry, it's not the big one. It's the little sister. Yeah.
It's so funny.
She was like, she like keeps
like, I think
bees.
we made that up, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just found her. She was hilarious. And the place that I saw the post, it wasn't all her site. It was some, it was a bunch of stand-ups. So I have to figure out what her name is, because I really loved her. I was like, oh my God, where's she?
Between
She's
her
adorable.
and Zarna,
I'll
never get off Instagram.
I know.
Especially when Zarna does her therapy gigs. And she's like, I am the world's almost leading therapist.
She's awesome. She is really fun. I love Indian culture so much.
She cracks me up, especially when she therapizes the daughter, and she's like, so are you married? And the daughter goes, no. Oh, you're hopeless. And
yes.
But I haven't found the right one. He says, what do you mean you haven't found? You're not supposed to looking. We're supposed to look.
We're supposed to look.
And we like,
find them.
But I want my freedom, my liberty. What is this freedom and liberty you're talking about? We don't have that. You're Indian. Like, oh my God. It's funny because in a way, it's kind of like Latino culture is the same way, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kids, what do you mean you have an opinion? You don't have an opinion. You don't have an opinion, so you pay your own bills in your own place.
Yes.
Then you can have all the opinions you want, which still don't override mine when I come visit.
Yeah. And, if you want your independence, don't have a husband.
Well, not only that, if you want independence, get the hell out of my house.
Well, true.
You're going to have it here.
True, but like
55 living here still don't have no independence.
I within getting married and all of that stuff, for me, it was really like, I have a lot of work to do, but like, you really have to sit with yourself for a bit and be like, okay, I want a partnership, which means I want a partner, which means that I can't have everything I want exactly as I want it all the time. I got to actually work with people. So do you want your independence, or do you want a partner? Which do you want? Like, make it.
Because you got a silent partner. I'm all for the silent partner.
He's close. He's close.
Talk. And if I don't ask you for an opinion, don't give me one. Right?
Well, yeah.
And it's not complicated.
No, I know, but they can't. Rico's is the exact same way. I have to hear every single opinion ever. And I'm just like, nobody asked you, man. Like, no, do it or don't do it, but I'm going to do it. So either get out of my way or shut up, like whatever. Just know that it's going to get done with or without you. But yeah, he's the exact same way. Exact same way.
All right, well, let's get to the nitty gritty, girl, because we will be here venting to each other about our men for the rest of the night.
Yes. So we wanted to, first of all, Linette, I have you again on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yes. The chicken lady.
You know what's funny is that I didn't know my family knows that, right? And so my cousins came from Pennsylvania we were in Pennsylvania. They came from Allentown to visit us. And then the minute my uncle walks in, my cousin uncle, I guess he's an older cousin. He walks in and he's like, no way, the chicken lady, come here, give me a hug. And I'm like, oh my God, he knows. They all know.
They do.
I had no idea. My family precedes me.
You're famous.
I don't know for the right thing, but I'll take it. Whatever.
No,
I'll take my 15 minutes, however they come.
you are an author. You have written a book, Ramblings of a Chicken Lady. It is an awesome little book. I love it. All about how God speaks to you on your farm. And we met about 5 years ago online.
It doesn't seem that long.
I know. In club, I was scrolling
funny.
down to kind of like get a touch point on Instagram. And I was like, holy crap, man. Like I have known her for a really long time.
Like I wasn't even fat when you met me.
You're not fat now.
I didn't have gray hair.
Well, I just got I think my first 2 that I found. So we're all getting there, girl. That's
I
fine.
know, but it's like we've known each other that long that we've transitioned through a whole phase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2020 was its own phase, quote unquote, for the world.
That was like the Twilight Zone.
I'm telling you. But, Clubhouse, which I still don't know if it's a thing or not. It's not on my phone anymore. I don't know.
It kind of just fell off my radar. Once I got real political, then it was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. Well, everything has devolved that way. But
but Clubhouse was scary.
Yeah.
Like it was. You almost expected to find the politician in the room.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm not taking that risk.
I think that that's what it actually moved to. I think it moved to X. Well, it was Twitter first, and Twitter started doing those rooms and hosting that. And then it evolved into X. And X has a whole thing where you can host rooms. You have to have a verified account, I think. But I think you can host rooms on X now.
But we should look into that, see if Clubhouse is still a thing and where it went and evolved into anything else.
Yeah. But
curiosity.
We have been friends now for that long, and we only really knew each other remotely.
I know.
So, but we recently just broke that seal via Thanksgiving.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. So
you're way taller than I expected. I will say that.
Really?
Yes. I was like, this is one big white chick.
Yeah, I'm tall. Way taller than average.
Maybe because I've only ever seen you sitting down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never seen pictures. We were always just face to face on some camera. And so when I seen your person, I was like, is that the right person? And then I seen your face like, oh yeah, it's totally her. But
yeah. No, I'm a taller person. Was
that shorter than you expected?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Because you've posted a lot of pictures next to a lot of white girls that they kind of look like my same size, and I was like, yeah, that's about what I pictured.
Well, you were like, oh yeah.
Yeah. No, you looked about what I expected entirely. Yeah, dude. Very. I mean, honestly, I don't.
Perceptive. That's good.
Yeah, I don't. It was very refreshing too, because I'm glad. I mean, not to disclose too much, but you were in your PJs. I was like, I love this. This is so great. I like things that are, everybody's just relaxed, and I like the formalities and stuff too. But I like it when we're not putting on airs. We're just we're hanging out. We're gonna.
No, because see, it's I guess it's so. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
I family that I haven't seen in years was coming over. They're they're good people, but they're very judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those people, I brushed my hair, put on some decent clothes, preferably black clothes, so they can't, tell how fat you are, how fat you're not, and all that. Because then, the next day everybody knows that you gained 50 pounds. So for those people like that, then, I did it up. But then when I guess our friendship has been so well rooted that it's like she don't give a rat's behind what I look like. She's just gonna be excited to see me. So at least I took a shower. I'm gonna give you that. I took a shower.
I was grateful. I was so grateful.
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
You're grateful that I took a shower?
No, I'm really grateful that I was just there. Like, honestly, you could have stunk. I mean, I
wish it would have lasted more. It was so sad because when you left, my dad's like, where'd she go? And I was like, home. He's like, now? Call her, send her a text, let her come back. It's
Your
too
dad and
late
me,
to
we
go
could
home.
have talked all night. He was my new best friend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I could
Consider
have listened to him for a while. He seems
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Man.
He's
He's
cool when you've heard the story once, right?
oh girl, I know all about that. I know all about that.
Just, you gotta be hype enough to be like, we already walked through that one. You got a new one? You'll hear the same one
Yep.
again and again. But yeah, he's I don't know.
He's cool.
He's interesting. I gotta give him that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's your family.
He's a good old man.
Yeah, he's looks like he's in great shape, honestly, for
Thank goodness for everything he's been through. Yeah.
yeah, he looks like he's in really good shape. Like he looks good. He looks really good. I liked his personality a lot. Like I could have listened to him for a while. And I love he was like, "You're definitely autistic." And I was like, "Yes, sir. I think I am. I'm settling it now on you." Your diagnosis.
He told me the other day again, he's like, Lynette, I consider you pretty smart. I was like, thank you. And he's like, I'm not giving you a compliment. I'm getting somewhere. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I don't get it. And I was like, what don't you get? And he's like, how do you not see that your husband is autistic? And I was like, I don't know. I've never tried to get him diagnosed. And he's like, I almost wonder, does he have mosaic Down syndrome? Because he's not all together for somebody that's that smart. It's like, he's like, how can you fix a robotic machine, get it to do exactly what you need it to do, but you can't like put in the chicken's heat lamp properly? It's like, I don't know. He's like, common sense logic. Most autistic people don't have that.
No.
They're just really smart. He's like, I'm telling you, the man's autistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder where he's going with that, right? Do you want
Yeah.
to get him medicated or
Yeah,
committed?
like what do you want? What do you want to have happen?
Even if he is autistic, what do you want me to do, right? You want me to give him a t-shirt that says I'm autistic? Just
Yeah,
to make
I mean,
him warm and fuzzy? I mean,
I guess if it was
what's to happen?
I guess if you were somebody that really needed a diagnosis before you could move on with your life, it's like those people who are constantly about aliens. It's like, I don't know why they need to know whether or not there's aliens. Like, what? I guess you're just waiting for something to change.
I'm gonna tell you.
What revolution would it make to get that?
I don't know, because if I was to find out they were really aliens, I'd have to be committed like within 3 days. Because the amount of questions that would be in my head would freak me out so bad.
Right.
And I'm going to wonder if I'm the alien.
Right.
And they're supposed to be here.
Right.
I'm the one who's not.
And that's the whole thing, is it's just like, I almost feel like they make so much of it about the hunt for that truth that it's like that then becomes your life. Like when you finally get that answer, like what now? It's only gonna for anybody, I would imagine it's only gonna produce more questions. But like in the meantime, what is this serving you? like, is this what you want? Why aren't you just doing other things? And I mean, it's like what I said when I met you guys. I don't think that has a limitation on your value. Whatever your diagnosis is, whatever your thing is, it's not.
No, it's what makes each person truly unique.
Yes.
It makes them the person, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anissa, for example, she has the rarest form of Down syndrome in the world.
Oh, does she?
Yes, Anissa has mosaic Down syndrome. It's only 2% of all the people in the world who have Down syndrome have that specific type.
Oh, wow.
I think that's why she wasn't diagnosed until she was almost 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she was diagnosed because I always thought she was odd. I give you that. One, she was way whiter than the rest of us, which was weird because why are you so white? She looked kind of like Asian. Mm-hmm. But then my mom kind of, my friends in school used to call her the samurai because she was so mean and looked kind of Asian.
I can see that.
She just kind of looks like mom.
Yeah.
But as, she got a little bit bigger, she never cried. I thought that was weird. I was like, I've never had a baby that doesn't cry.
Huh.
Unless she was starving, she never cried.
Wow.
In the middle of the night, she'd just lay there. You'd turn on the TV and she could watch the TV for hours. And it was, interesting. And then when she was about, I'd say probably 18 months, she started doing this bobblehead thing where she would bob her head back and forth, back and forth. And her eyeballs would shake.
Huh.
And so the eyeball thing kind of, made me question. But then the bobblehead thing, I was blaming the older kids, right? It was like, would you guys stop making your sister a bobblehead?
Sorry about
I
that.
thought it was something they were teaching her, right? They're teaching her how to bobble her head just so they could laugh at her. And I was like, would you stop that? And they were like, Mom, we didn't teach her that. She just does it. And I was like, whatever. Like, not even 2 years going to learn how to be a bobblehead by herself.
That's hilarious.
And so when we went to her pediatrician appointment, I was like, my kid thinks it's a bobblehead. And he's like, what? Like, she bobbles her head back and forth all the time.
I don't know what that is.
I was like, and her eyeballs shake. And he looked at me and he said, I didn't want to bring this to the forefront when she was born, but I questioned it when she was born. But then I asked her some questions, and you said your mom could look kind of Asian, and your husband was very pale. He's like, and she had, she didn't have the eyes offset. Her ears were in the normal space. He's like,
Right.
I figured I'd just wait it out before I completely freaked you out. He's like, but I thought she had Down syndrome when she was born.
Huh.
And I said, well, why didn't you say anything? He's like, because if she didn't, and she just looked like one of your relatives, right? Then it's insulting.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
He's like, but now that you mentioned the things that are happening, let's get a karyotype done and we'll see what's going on. And it came back and I said, what is that? And he says, at the moment, it's only been recognized for about 13 years. He's like, so I have no answers for you. He's like, I don't even know what to tell you.
Your family is the family of rare crap.
We're like the 2% family.
I'm telling you.
If she had a cow, she would only produce 2% milk.
Wow.
Ramon gets this rare cancer that nobody's seen.
Yes.
His own doctor hadn't even seen this in like 1976.
Dude.
And it's like, then you get to the percentages and it was like only 2 to 3% of people in the world have this cancer. And it's like, what is it with us in the 2%?
Yes. Yes.
If we get a cow, I swear it's going to have 2% milk.
I'm telling you.
For no reason.
I'm telling you, dude. And now Samson.
Yeah. And so
right? He's 2.
And he's almost 2, yeah.
It's crazy. That's rare. Hilarious.
Or he turns out.
That's
and then
hilarious.
We have the goat, right, with just one horn. It's just we're just we're just weird like that. I don't know. Maybe we're just supposed to be unique, but anyway.
Wow. I gravitate towards that crowd. Definitely.
We live in our own circus.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Well, and that's how we met, right? Because you tell it the best. I like your telling of it. I don't know if I ever knew how you got there. Until you told it to your family.
I can't remember what the topic was that night. Specifically, I don't remember. Hold on, Ramon's interrupting me.
Oh, sure.
But every time in the hallway, see if he lays down, takes a nap. Samson's just like randomly walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Aww.
Oh, no, he don't. But he's got to get past that. Yeah. He's been snapping at Anissa. He don't like her for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe because she smells like the cat. But anyway. His is the black and red one. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's a family show.
I got him the checkered board red and black one, and I got Lily the candy cane dog bones.
Aww. Anyway, that's awesome.
I remember Hobby that night specifically because I get a message from him, and we were in the Spanish clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
The Puerto Rico clubhouse room. So I get the little, your little private chat bar or whatever at the bottom. And he's like, hey, follow me to this room. And I was like, why? And he was like, you got to meet this girl. Like her and her boyfriend or husband or something. I don't know what they are. Like they have this room and they have all these quirky topics. He's like, but I swear you're going to love these people. And I was like, what do you mean by quirky topics? And he's like, you'll see. So I follow him over there, and I can't remember. I remember it had something to do with a guy and a Mustang or an old car of some sort. I can't remember what the topic was. It was something about a guy in his car.
Oh, if Ken Madden was in it, then definitely.
It was Ken, yes,
it was Ken.
But I can't remember what the topic was. But I remember I'm listening in, and then I don't remember if I introduced myself or not. I can't remember. I just know that I got out of the room, and then Javi was like, what'd you think? And I was like, dude. That's my circus and them are totally my monkeys. I was like, we're so alike. I love that room. It's so funny. And then we just kept coming back.
Did I call it Beyond the Pale
Yes, it was
topics
Beyond the
or
Pale.
topics Beyond the Pale or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, I really wanted to just because so many things were controlled speech at that time. I mean, it's not like it has changed much, but different taboo, I guess, topics. But I just I don't like it when people hold back. Like I really wanted a place where people could just talk because it felt like it was a cathartic thing. Like you weren't going to hurt me none, and it's all remote and we're all in different places in the world, or whatever. Let's just go for it, man. Like get it out. Let's just get it out. So
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was fun.
it was. Fun. It was very fun, and I've kept in touch with almost, I mean, I still follow Javi and Joey and all of them.
Actually, you know what's funny?
Hmm.
Fast forward to like 2022,
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to jump back into retail, right? And I had this awesome opportunity at the local mall. What was presented as an awesome opportunity, and I get the contract, but it wasn't what I wanted, right? So I contact Joey. I said, Joe, I need your help, and he says, to do what? It's like, I got this contract. I really don't understand what it says, but I need you to make it work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Send it over. So I send it over. We literally hashed that thing out for a few days. He redid it exactly how I wanted it. I sent it out. They accepted it just like I wanted it. But he wouldn't let me pay him.
Aw,
It was so neat. But he
he's
was so
cool.
kind and he was so helpful. And it was like, wow. And I
God
only
bless
met this
him.
dude on Clubhouse. Like, he doesn't even know who I am.
He was a real. All of them were real, like really real people. I've met Ken in person now. I tattooed his daughter.
For a
Met
minute,
his.
for a
I
minute,
met his whole family.
I swear you were going to say I tattooed his dog.
No, no,
I was
no.
like, how'd
But
you do
like,
that?
if they need me at a local shelter to do, like spade neuter tattoos, I'm down. I'll do it. But
I'm going
yeah,
to.
I've met him in person. I've actually so Clubhouse for me was a spinoff from this other group that Joey and I don't know if Javi was a part of it, but it was the Jason Stapleton Nomad Network, and it was a whole other like social media group that was entrepreneur focused, and we all kind of like took the team from there and went over to Clubhouse and like played with it as a medium. And so all of those people that I met through the Nomad Network, solid humans, like friends with them, follow them online. One of the girls was a tattoo artist. We've since gone to multiple and not really. They're considered tattoo conventions, but they're more like seminar based kind of gatherings, which is better in my opinion. But we bunked together. She came all the way from Rhode Island. I came from Maryland. We met in Massachusetts, and we never met each other, just had only been talking online. And we literally like bunked in a condo together for this tattoo event. And it worked out beautifully. So every single person that I've met that way has been miraculous. Linette, I had never done it before. Like
You just
everything.
downgraded my friendship.
No, I did not.
I was the only one. I feel like Sam with the
You
song.
you
Now I
just
know I was not the only one.
you only have one tattoo idea. How am I supposed to work with that?
Hey, it is because I have the best tattoo idea.
It's a
I
pretty
mean,
good.
come on.
It's a pretty good one.
Plays with ghosts
I'm just
with
saying,
a
like,
with a smiling pig face. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
well, now we have God, so that is something that I don't have with that tattoo artist. She runs a different faith based program that respect, whatever. I pray that it works out for her, whatever. But you and I share something that I think that currency to me. I mean, that's it now. Like it's
I'm trying to
easy.
expand a little bit, right? I've always known that's what something he called me to do, right? And I don't know, I've never really known how to get into it. Like, I always knew he created me completely unfiltered. Because there's too much filtering in the word. There's just too much filtering. When you have to dissect the word that much, you already ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Bible's very clear cut. God don't stop.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just right. Just read it. It's there and move on.
Yeah.
You got to dissect it to make it say whatever you want it to say. Then you're already doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to go about it. And I remember one time I mentioned to a Christian counselor, actually, I said, I don't know where I'm wrong. I know what he wants, but I don't know how to go about it. It's like I know what the end game is, but I don't know all the pieces. And that person says to me, well, God is perfect. It's like a business plan, right? He's not going to give you just bits and pieces. When it's all together, then, you know, then you can go do whatever it is. And I remember she's talking, and in my head, it's like, wow, she's really complacent, isn't she? And then in that same process, it's like I can hear myself going, yeah, no, I don't need to know all the pieces. I just need to know my piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't need to know the rest of the game. I just got to be like, you know, Monopoly. I'm the shoe. I just need to hop off on the shoe, and, you know, whatever else everybody else is doing, that's on them.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't put it together. And then yesterday I woke up and I was like, you know what?
I love that recording, by the way. It was really great.
And focus my camera on something that's not my face. And just say what I gotta say what I feel, how I receive it, how I feel it. Maybe somebody's feeling the same way. Maybe it's going to speak to them in a different way, right? Because I think the Bible is very individual to each person. I don't think we're all supposed to be like, you know, robotically inclined to the same thing.
No, and you're supposed to just be in the Word day and night.
Yeah, I jumped in and I said how I felt and what I thought. And I had one for the entire Romans 12 today, but, you know, that got sidetracked by Samson. So, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's how it works. I think
maybe whoever was going to hear it wasn't ready to receive it today.
Well, it's like you said, you can't really think about what it's going to do. You just have to have faith that whatever's being put on your heart, that it's the right thing to do, and to just do it, to just trust it, and know that that's, for whatever reason, it's being put on your heart, you know, like, and
just like when I did Clubhouse, you know, I never knew that those 45 minutes a day that I spent on there, literally just reading a book, at some point would trigger somebody's heart to say, you know what, I'm too far from God. I need to get closer. I need to have a better relationship with him. I just did it.
Yeah.
Well, there were probably 7 cats in the room and a fly, but somebody caught on and it did something for somebody out there. And when I wrote
fabulous
goofy book that I never really wrote, but, you know, it just came together. I still to this day remember that one lady. It was one lady. She sent me a Facebook message and she said, I received your book yesterday. I already read the whole book. And then she said, you don't understand how much that book is changing my life. And I thought, it's like these goofy little short stories. She said, almost like you wrote it just for me.
Aww.
And then after I read that, I was like, oh my God, maybe it was just for her.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe specifically just for that one lady.
It meant a lot to me. I read it and I thought it was absolutely stunning.
And it was like, wow, you know, because, you know, you get that mindset, right? I'm going to touch the masses. And then that one person comes through and you see the impact and you're like, maybe I wasn't going to touch the masses. Maybe it was just this one person.
Yes.
And you're so content, right? You're like, oh, yay.
Yeah.
God,
but you have a crowd. Yeah, no. And I honestly, like, you know, and everything in life, you know, of course we want as many as possible because that would be really, really cool. Or would it though? And
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, you know, like we want that, but do we? And do we even understand that? And I feel like God, if he sees your heart and he knows what you're after, he's going to put you through all that you need to be put through in order to be perfect when you finally arrive to that moment, if you're even meant for it.
And perfect for that moment, right? So that doesn't mean you're going to be perfect for everything else. You're going to be perfect for one thing in that
Yes.
moment. You could have
Yes.
something totally different, 3 months later that he wants you to do. Like, like I was
Yeah.
today in my own little recording. Sometimes I'm like, yes, that's what God called me to be. I am going to be the shepherdess. I'm going to shepherd my goats and my pig and people, just like I shepherd my animals. And then something goes totally wrong. I say, well, maybe that wasn't it. Oh, well, moving on to the next. You know?
Well, I mean,
But maybe it was, right? In that moment, it was. And my human side spiraled into something it wasn't. And then it's like, oh, okay, moving on.
well, I think our brains play a lot of tricks on us, right? Like, I think sometimes you think that you just want to be really, really good at something and be known for that thing and stand in that authority. But I think it's more common to be many things, to be known as many different things to many different people. And it's wiser, I think, to diversify. I mean, in any kind of financial plan, it's better to be many things and to be capable of many things.
I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's good that you're that way. And you know what your book gave to me beyond the beautiful insights that you have as you're going through these very soulful and meaningful connections with the animals and your farm and God. And what I loved about it was that I was, you think, I want to write a book, if you want to be an author, like I want to write a book. And it's this grandiose thing that like, how do I even begin my memoir? And you're one of two people that I've now met that are authors. And the other girl, it's the stories my tattoos tell. And the name is Skin in the Game, the stories my tattoos tell. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, let me isolate these moments and tell you about them and have the visuals with them. For you, it was your moments with your animals or specific animals or events, and then how they relate back to God. And with her, it was her tattoos and like these little moments that she could comment on and to share with other people. And I was like, wow, I've really been overthinking this. like a book could be anything. Like it could
Yeah.
be anything. Like, why does it have to be this crazy thing that I've propped up in my head?
And not even a book. So I got a very interesting proposition today that I had never occurred to me. So I found out while I was in Penn that my cousin writes beautiful Christian hymns. I had no idea. I knew my
Wow.
sister had written for very famous Spanish Christian authors, singers. I knew that, but I didn't know anybody else in the family had taken that on, right? And so
Wow.
listening to the songs that he sent me today, oh my God, I'm just impactful. If I can find an English one, I'll send it to you.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm joking with him and I call him up and I said, I heard your songs, they're awesome. So when are you going to write the one that I'm going to sing? And he says, can you sing? I was like, well, not really, but technically nobody can, just AI it. He started
Yeah.
laughing. And I said, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And he says, well, no, there's this poem you wrote once and you read it on Facebook, I think once, or on your Instagram. And I said, which one? He said, the one about the rose garden and the rose that you cultivated, but the world wilted it with their influence. And I said, yeah, what about it? And he's like, send it to me and I'll write it into a song for you.
Oh, wow.
Like, no way. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you want to sing it or if you want somebody else to sing it. And he's like, but I can find somebody to sing it. And he's like, and I'll load it to my Spotify list.
Wow.
And I was like, go get out. You can make a poem into a song. He's like, technically, songs are poems.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, I am going to write a song and a poem, like, some kooky chicken lady song.
That's great.
Could
I
you
love
imagine?
it.
It could, hey, if I'm too sexy for my shirt caught on, why?
You,
I'm too
if
kooky
what the fox
for chickens.
say.
I'm too kooky for my chickens can catch on, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Oh, I love that. What a cool thing. And what a wonderful revelation. Even like, I mean, it's far in the game to have that kind of revelation. I have that with my family all the time. I'm like, get out. You do that? Why didn't I know that? Why
I
haven't we
know. Like, you've
talked?
been doing it for like 4 years, and it's like, dude, why am I not promoting your music?
I know, like the hell?
I could be songs for like, when I'm putting on some cool socks on my website or whatever.
Wow,
But
that's so
I'm
cool.
amazed at the skill that he has because I didn't know he had that skill. I knew he
Wow.
was a good musician, that I knew. he plays like 8 different instruments. So I knew he was an awesome musician. I just never knew he had it in him to write actual music.
Wow.
Because, most Latinos, we learn how to play instruments, but we learn how to play them by ear. We don't read music.
I got you. I did not know that.
I mean, I know what a treble clef is because I took some stupid piano classes when I was like 8, but outside of that, I couldn't write you a song with actual notes if, my life depended on it. It wouldn't sound like Mozart, I'll tell you that. But I can sit down with some congos or some bongos
and feel it.
And I close my eyes and it just flows.
Mm-hmm.
Who I am, right? But I couldn't do it any other way. But I tell you the story about the music just to tell you, you don't have to write a book. You can write a song. You can write a poem.
Yeah. Yeah. Listeners, that was so hard to know when to end. We talked about so much, and it was such a great time with Linette. But you got to experience a bit of our Catch Me Up and what it would be like if we were in the room all the time. We'd never get anything done. We would just cackle all the time. I think it would be much like she described. If Ramon and my husband were together, they probably would be sitting in silence, and her and I just going about plucking along, doing all kinds of things. But I wanted to end here simply because after this recording, Linette followed through and wrote a few songs. And so I felt like it was an opportune time to end this part of the podcast, because for the past couple days, I have been shouting out her music. We had Super Bowl Sunday and everything, and I knew that a Puerto Rican was, doing the halftime show, but I don't really do sports or anything like that. I don't really care. I didn't want to care. And I was very fortunate to have my own Puerto Rican creative that I could shout out all to myself. So I've been shouting out her music, her album that she's building all the time. You can find them both on Spotify and Apple Music. I want to say there's one other place, iHeartRadio maybe, but she has been posting them. So I will include links in the show notes so that you people out there, the listeners, my lovely listeners, can go check that out. The most important thing is that this lady is a ball of energy. She just celebrated her 50th birthday, so celebrate for her. Pray that the next 50 years are going to be just as amazing as the first, and I'm sure they'll be fraught with creations. I know that she recently got a camper that she can start decorating so that she can make her business that she has, Breads and Threads, go mobile. So that should be really cool. But the important thing is to follow her. You can find her at on IG at Breads and Threads Handmade. You can also find her personally at Linette_Artesana, which is ARTESANA. So Linette Artesana, beautiful. She is worth following everywhere. She's a lovely human. I don't think she's ever going to stop making and creating and putting stuff out in the world that's awesome. I just enjoy her so much in so many ways, and she's truly an inspiration. So if nothing else, if you've been waiting for permission to just do something, I think you should just do it. But if you need somebody to watch and see how bold she is in her faith and how much she just goes with it, man, and does it and has had great success in doing so. Linette Ramos de Soto is such a great person to follow and to also to talk to. I mean, she's wonderful. So next week and the week after, you'll have more of Linette. We're just going to share our chit chat. It's really conversational, so it's good for putting on the background, making your own creations too. You might relate, you might not, but this was a really cool happening for both of us. We finally got to meet in person. The one regret is that we did not get a picture together. I'm so sad about that. But That will be a point of order for next time, and I do hope and pray for next time. Thank you, Linette. Thank you, listeners. God bless everyone, and we'll catch you next week. So glad to be back. Mwah!
Thanks for listening. You can find the Apprenticeship Diaries on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Our IG is the_apprenticeship_diaries. If you would like to offer constructive criticism or an interview, drop us an email at theapprenticeshipdiaries@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from our listeners.